Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome to my channel. Today I am sitting down and filming my spring fragrance recommendations for you. I have so many goodies to talk about. I'm splitting this into two separate videos, so be sure to come back for part 2. I got a lot more good stuff to talk about. The first fragrance I want to feature, this is the newest acquisition to my fragrance collection. This is White Rice from Denom. I am down bad for white rice, let me tell you. This was just delivered, so this bottle is full, but I am halfway through, maybe more than halfway now, through my 9 ml travel size of white rice. You are absolutely going to see a dent form in this baby right here. I think this is so beautiful and exactly like my taste and style of like how I would interpret a rice note be done. I'm typically not into savory gourmand notes, but what I like about this is that the rice in here smells like a bag of jasmine rice. So you get that dry, starchy, powdery coating, and that powdery character is paired and complemented with a prominent orris. This smells so cozy and comforting, and that like subtle sweetness that it has, a little bit of a soft sweetness coming through from the tonka bean, that paired with these ultra clean earthy notes is stunning. It's a very chic fragrance, very clean girl-esque. I would say this is unisex, but leaning a little bit more feminine. So it doesn't smell literally like a bowl of steamed rice, which I appreciate. It's dry and powdery in texture, but there's a warmth, a cocooning blanket-like feeling, if you will, to this scent. This has a prominent musky base. It's clean, it's fluffy, and as this dries down, the rice note does soften, as does the sweetness from the tonka bean, and then it becomes primarily focused on the orris root musk, and you also get a dry cedar in the base. If you love Ella K Musk K, the base of this fragrance shares some similarities with that scent. It's like they're related, but this is a unique addition to my collection. That rice note makes it very special, and I think it's the perfect balance between giving you softly savory, softly sweet, and then just a very clean, chic fragrance. And I get about 4 hours with a softer projection. Next up, this is a little underrated gem, Morn to Dusk from Eau d'Italy. If you love vanilla perfumes and you're looking for a vanilla that is beautiful for spring, it has a lightweight, delicate, airy, creamy texture, Morn to Dusk is your girl. This perfume, I've said, makes me think of ballerinas, Sugar Plum Fairies to be exact. It smells so girly, innocent, just like a cloud of sweet, creamy vanilla. And this has a beautiful powderiness to it as well, almost like powdered sugar donuts. It is a simple fragrance. It has vanilla clearly at the forefront with a soft musk right behind it. I personally don't detect the other notes listed, but I think this is a beautiful vanilla. I would say that this is related to Vanilla Bean Noel from Bath & Body Works, but the more refined, light, cloud-like sister. It's beautiful on its own, but I do use this a ton for layering. Being a vanilla, naturally, it goes with a lot. And I get about 4 hours with a soft projection. Next up, this is Ave María from House of Bō. If you love white floral perfumes, you need to get a sample of this right now, because this is one of the prettiest white floral perfumes I have ever experienced. And of course, in true House of Bō fashion, it's quite unique. This has a heavy dose of gardenia and jasmine. I'm gonna tell you right now, I struggle with gardenia. 9 times out of 10, I am not a fan. This is not your everyday gardenia. This is very modern, yet absolutely timeless. What I love is that these are truly dewy white florals. There's a raindrop accord listed, and they have really captured the smell and feeling of raindrops. And I picture these white flower petals like floating down a clear water river. This smells magical. This is an opal cap, and it absolutely speaks to the experience and the vibe that you get from Ave Maria. There's a luminosity to this scent, a glow. It smells like sunlight sparkling, dancing on water. I picture a water nymph smelling like this, and equally as much Arwen from Lord of the Rings. I've specifically had people ask me, what would she smell like? And I'm going to tell you right now. It would be Ave Maria. This also has a fresh neroli, a crisp pear, bringing in a delicate fruity sweetness. It's nothing loud, but it really complements these dewy white florals. There's a cashmere listed. That speaks to the textural quality of the scent. It smells so smooth, and there's a warmth to this. There's a Merlot wine accord mentioned. Personally, I don't smell Merlot. I could picture a sparkling white wine, but I think that pairing of the cashmere and Merlot is giving me that warmth that I pick up in the base of this scent. And I would not be turned off or worried about that leather note, because personally, I'm not detecting any bit of leather. I love how natural and creative House of Bō fragrances are. I truly think they are in a league of their own. This is a fresh, delicate, dewy fragrance, but man, does it perform. This is one of the best performing House of Bō scents. Like I'm blown away by how strong this is actually. When I first got this fragrance, I'm like, Eric, you need to come over here and smell this right now. And he's like, no, I don't even need to. I can smell you from here, several yards away. Beautiful white floral perfume. If you don't love white florals, please don't blind buy it. House of Bō scents are so creative. And so when you get into unique profiles, I don't think it's safe to blind buy. And also, you know, at the more expensive price point. So get a sample. I'm going to mention one more House of Bō, my absolutely beloved Casablanca. This is a very versatile perfume. If this is your signature scent, it's game over. It girl, it guy, this is next level. So you could wear this year round, but the season that I would stick it in, the sweet spot for me, it blossoms in the spring. The best tea perfume I've ever come across, one of the truly most unique, special, ethereal, fresh, clean smelling fragrances. I think this is a straight up masterpiece of a scent. Never experienced a fresh fragrance like this before. It has a beautiful depth. There's suede, and you'll see notes like tobacco and wood. It doesn't bring a darkness to the scent, but it contributes to the complexities of Casablanca. All of these ingredients used are meant to be the white, clean version of themselves. It has a natural, elegant, fruity sweetness coming in from the fig, and this is blended so well that to my nose, this doesn't smell specifically and distinctively like fig. Fig is a note I really struggle with. There's an ultra smooth copal resin bringing in some warmth, and the mineral notes listed, that accord is made up of cashmere musk, tonka bean, and clary sage. And I do absolutely get a clean musk to this scent and these aromatic properties. I get a subtle, interestingly clean smokiness from the scent. It feels healing, grounding, very tranquil. One of the most luxurious things I've put my nose on. This perfectly embodies the scent of the lobby of what I imagine to be the most luxurious resort you've ever seen. Cliffside, insane views, ocean, as far as the eye can see. And I get about 6-7 hours with a moderate projection. If you are into your skin but better type scents, I would recommend checking out Angel Dust Extrait from Fugazi. This is a perfume that has a beautiful prominent pink pepper, bringing in a fresh spiciness. It's musky. You get a prominent white amber, so it's crisp, clean. There's a sheerness to the scent, and although not listed, my nose detects a subtle fruity sweetness that I interpret to be a raspberry note lingering in the background. It has dry woods, and I feel like this has a sparkling character to it. I feel like because of the cashmere that's listed, the texture of this scent makes me think of like a wool blanket or scarf. I personally don't think of an angel when I smell this, but I am a fan of Your Skin But Better type scents, and I really enjoy this one. It's very unisex. Performance-wise, I get about 8 hours with an intimate projection, but if you get this on material on your clothes, it'll last a lot longer. I guess I got some of this on our friends' car seats just from me sitting in the car, and they told me that their car smelled like this for a week. I had to bring up Blue Talisman from Ex Nihilo because I will be reaching for this heavily this spring and summer. This is one of my favorite citrusy fragrances I've come across, and by far I've said my favorite pear musk fragrance. I love that this has a big dose of pear and that note lasts throughout the life of the fragrance. It's crisp. I get a juiciness from the scent and a subtle sweetness from that note, and that pear paired then with the citruses. There's a bright bergamot and mandarin, makes this a really uplifting scent. It also has a zestiness coming in from ginger. It's difficult to find freshies that have decent performance, but this has a molecular base. There's musk, akigala wood, and those base notes really give this fragrance the presence and longevity that it has. Both my boyfriend and I wear and love this fragrance. It's so refreshing, and for hot days, this is a really easy reach. I also think it smells very chic and cool. Definitely one of my favorites from the Ex Nihilo line, and I get about 6-7 hours with a moderate projection. Next, from the Musk collection, this is Tahara Vanilla by Gulf Orchid. I think this is a beautiful, clean smelling vanilla. I smell this and I picture a bubble bath with vanilla scented products. This has such a subtle sweetness coming through from the vanilla and tonka bean. This is nothing gourmand, so if you don't reach for those types of vanillas and you want something more clean smelling, more light, delicate, and you enjoy powdery perfumes, because this definitely is very powdery, then I would totally recommend this to you. It opens up with light dew-covered green notes, a delicate lily of the valley, nothing too loud or prominent, but you do get this floral background, very sheer white florals. There's that and a jasmine listed, and as it dries down, that touch of greenness dissipates. The florals become even more background players. It warms up due to the soft amber. It becomes a little bit sweeter. The vanilla becomes more apparent, as does this prominent powdery musk. I think it's so lovely. Elegant. I really enjoy softly sweet powdery perfumes, and I get about 5 hours with a moderate projection. Last but not least, this is another clean smelling fragrance. Honestly, when it comes to spring, I love pulling for floral and musk perfumes. This is Intro Ivory Musk from Fragrance World, and this is a dupe for Initio's Musk Therapy. If you haven't smelled this DNA before, I think this smells like an ultra luxe creamy shampoo or conditioner. Oh my gosh. Very easy reach material right here. You are just always going to smell good, always going to smell put together wearing something like this. Very crowd pleasing DNA. Like, you just smell pretty. Obviously, the focal point of this scent is a clean musk, but then you have a soft, delicate magnolia. There's a subtle fruity sweetness coming in from the black currant, fresh citrus notes. There's, I believe, mandarin and bergamot, and a really creamy sandalwood to pull it all together. 9 times out of 10, I do not fall in love with like a shampoo-y fragrance. They don't typically do it for me, and this just has the right amount of everything to intrigue me. I feel like this has the perfect amount of the fruity, the citrus, the sandalwood, and the floral. Now, it doesn't have the same performance as Musk Therapy, but for a wildly different price point, I am happy. I get about 4 hours with a softer projection. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't already, if you want to see me in any more videos, subscribe. I'd appreciate it so, so much. I hope you're having a great day and I hope to see you in that next video. Bye.